Hello lovelies, I'm Christina and today I am giving you my January TBR. I've already read 2 Norwegian books at the start of this month. I'm just going to show them to you really quickly because I'm not going to go into them here. I will do both January TBR and a wrap-up of January that I will do in Norwegian. So if you are one of my Norwegian followers, you can go check that out at my Norwegian channel and get more information. But I finished these 2 books in the beginning of January and really enjoyed both. But let's jump into the English books. I also finished book number 4 of the 12 Doctors, 12 Stories Doctor Who short story collection box set, and this one is The Root of Evil by Philip Reeve, and I really am enjoying going through these Doctor Who stories. I've not had time to watch Doctor Who for quite some time, so I'm really behind, but I'm getting some of it through these books and I'm really loving it. And because of that, I'm hoping to also get to book number 5 this month. It's Tip of the Tongue by Patrick Ness. Really excited to read a Patrick Ness story. The only Patrick Ness story I've read before is A Monster Calls. I almost forgot its name. And I really enjoyed that. So I'm very excited to see how Patrick Ness interprets Doctor Who and has his own story to tell about him. I'm about a little over 100 pages into 11/22/63 by Stephen King. This is the story of Jake, who is an English teacher. The town that Jake lives in has a small diner, and the owner of the diner shows Jake a portal that travels through time, and every time you go through it, you end up at the same place and at the same time. So he goes back into this little town in 1958. Then he's going to live there from 1958 to try to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy. And I'm really excited to read another Stephen King book. This is one of his more chunkier ones and one of my resolutions for 2016. And I am doing a book resolutions video pretty soon that will be up. I just haven't had the time for it yet. But one of the resolutions for 2016 is to read more big books, because I can find big books to be a little intimidating, but I really do love them, and staying in a universe for a longer period of time, if it is a good one, is just an amazing ride. And I know that Stephen King never disappoints me. He always takes me on these great adventures, and I'm loving this one so far, and I can't wait to talk more about it in my wrap-up. I also really want to read more classics this year, so I am going to try to get to Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë this month. Don't know much about this story. I know it's about love, and I know it's a much loved classic, and that is really all I need to know. And I've shown this edition off before, the Knickerbocker Classics, and I got a lot of comments on them, how other people love them as well, and I'm just, I need more of these. They're so pretty. I need more of these. I also want to get to Saga Volume 5. This series is just blowing my mind. I have not read anything that is quite the same as this. I'm not gonna say much more about it. This is going around booktube like fire in dry grass. It is just being loved by everyone everywhere, and I can definitely relate and understand. It is an amazing series, and I can't wait to see where this is going. I am also currently listening to Nos 4A2 by Joe Hill on my Audible app. It is a story about a man who kidnaps children and takes them to a place he calls Christmasland, and it is also the story of Victoria. She has a certain talent for finding things. She has a bike that can, when she rides it, she gets to a bridge that originally is gone. They blew it up, and whenever she rides her bike down there, that bridge reappears, and when she rides over it, she ends up wherever she needs to be to find whatever it is she wants to find. And through this, she finds Manx, who is the man who kidnaps kids to Christmas land. From what I read by the synopsis, she's the only kid who escapes Christmas land and he wants revenge. Joe Hill, of course, is the son of Stephen King, and his writing style is quite similar to his father's, and his books are really just the horror, amazingly feeling that Stephen King gives me. Joe Hill's book does the same. So, family creds. I love his books so far, and I can't wait to read more of them. And I'm about 3 or 4 hours into it now, and wow. Can't wait to find out what happens in the end with this one. One of the final books that I would like to get to in January, Illuminae by Amie Kaufman and Kristoff. I know this cover has been shown off all around BookTube, and you're probably tired of seeing it by now, but I can't help myself. So I'm going to show it to you anyways, because I think it's really pretty. So I don't know a whole lot about this story, and I do really want to go into it quite blind, but I do know that it is a story of a couple in love and they get separated in some kind of galactical war. If I'm right, I'm not sure, but it is a science fiction novel, and it's told in a really unique way, all through conversation logs and emails and documents. And everyone I've seen who's read this on BookTube or book blogs is raving about them, saying how unique and wonderful it is. So I'm really excited to see if I will love it just as much. There is my January stack of books, and I'm really excited about all of them, and I can't wait to talk more about them in my January wrap-up. Please tell me about what books you are reading in January and what you are most excited about, because I just love hearing them. It gets me all fired up to read and gives me so many ideas for other books that I want to read, and I just think that's one of the most amazing things about BookTube. Oh, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video soon. Bye!